Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML input types, and right now we'll be discussing about the HTML input type of URL. The HTML input type of URL is used for input fields that should contain a URL address. Depending on browser support, the URL field can be automatically validated when submitted. Some smartphones recognize the URL type and address at .com at and the address .com to the keyboard to match URL input. So I'm going to show you how this works quickly. Let's get back to our document. As you can see in our previous tutorial, we are having this is in the time input, tel input, search input. We are having a lot of input. Even we are having and this all this reset input, everything is working nicely. And check our HTML form playlist or our HTML input type playlist to be able to follow along. So quickly, let's create another input. The input we want to create right now, label for that. The input we are trying to create is what? The URL input, right? Yes, the URL input. Let's just say this is a page, like let's say about us, about page. Let's call this about page. Let's call it URL input. Let's call it URL input and give this label. You give this input. Let's just say URL. Let's call it URL, and you can specify this to take the input. Also, you can write anything. Our URL. I possibly write this like this. You don't write it in that manner in your server. So I possibly write it like that. Let's just write about page. So all you just need is only this type URL. So just to get things going, let's reload our document to see what we have. Can you see we are having this URL input, as you can see. Let's break our document so you can make more neat. ×2. So let's break it and reload our document. Can you see we are having this? And when people write www.com and they are trying to submit it, it will go. Can you see? Please enter a URL. Now this one is telling us to enter a URL. Definitely we need to, there is something we need to put there that we haven't put. We need to put like http. Okay, so // so when you submit it now, it will go. So that's the benefit of using the URL input. By default is having that validation for us, and you do all this, give it name and attribute, name and ID and whatsoever you want to give it to be able to take your data. Let's submit it now. Can you see we are having our www.obtain string? As you can see, the URL is having the input, is taking it to the URL input, and the URL input is sending it to our index page. You can check our previous tutorial on all this. If you notice that I omit something, I'm not talking about it, you should check my previous tutorial. I've discussed about it. You can just search through the playlist to be able to follow along, because this is just for my people following me from the beginners of the HTML tutorial to the advanced level. So please stay focused. Let's continue. As you can see, when, let's say for instance now you remove this one now, the URL will not submit. It will ask you that please because we are using the HTTP, the default value, you must specify this HTTP. So let's say for instance we remove this one also, you try to submit it, it will not go. So it's complete. Let's say for instance now you remove this .com also, it will not go. It is going. Sorry, when you remove .com, it's going, as you can see. So we can detect it also in the way that it must have that .com also. So don't you forget, we will use that, we will control that also in our advanced level tutorial. Don't you forget. So let's reset and to the next tutorial. And what akorede ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Thank you so much, and to the next. Bye bye.